Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and today we are talking about Junkie's effect. How does it stand in 2025? As you can see, the damage bonus is solid, 100% for me, but yes, that requires lots of addictions, 10 to be exact. 10 addictions is required. We jump into the side effects in a second. What you should know, there is 12 total possible addictions and you need 10 to achieve maximum effect of that. And that's good that's not more than 10 because the last two is quite severe. But first, why would you want it sometimes? Maybe you really want it because you want to roleplay as a junkie girl, which is fine. But if you are talking performance and looking for best options, there is a case scenario when Junkies is indeed the best. Only one, unfortunately. Usually, let's be honest, it will lose against Furious. Furious is superior for most weapons. If you play a Blooded build, it will be better. Like, Blooded is more. Blooded goes up to 130%. You need to be very low health to achieve that. It's like 5% health to hit this, so not easy to do, but possible, and that will be better than Junkies. In case of playing a ghoul, you cannot really go for Blooded. And why not Furious? In case you want to use any kind of dot, like on the Cremator, the dot is a big factor. Furious does not work with dot. It doesn't do anything for damage over time. That's what dot stands for. Therefore, if you want to use that and optimize for the highest possible damage, yes, the Junkies is the best option. Other options are not as good. Two-shot is close, 75%, and that would be really good for the Cremator for the purpose of doing damage. 75%, but not as good as Junkies. Junkies is 100%. Extra projectile doesn't really add too much to the Cremator dot aspect, so that's not a big factor. Nocturnal, other effects, all of them are lower, usually around 50%. The Juggernauts is the one that lists 100% as the maximum, but in reality you cannot really achieve that. You would need to have 1000 total health, which is not really possible without boosting it to the maximum and only for a minute or two. That's not really doable realistically to achieve. Probably you will get the same bonus as two shots. So there is no competition. Nothing else can reach such a high amount as Junkies can. So now we'll take it for a spin, like the build. If you wonder what the build will be for Junkies, it's not a build in particular. It can be any build. Like for example, I'm still on my Hoarder, lazy Hoarder build, and I like it. And I can use Junkies with that. As long as I have 10 addictions, and at this moment I do have 10 addictions. So you may see I do have all the addictions, and they do reduce a lot of different specials across the board. You may wonder what are the two addictions that are missing and I do not have. Two addictions that are missing are Formula P, because that's -2 luck, and that's big one. Luck is important, so I want my luck. It's as well -2 charisma, doesn't really matter in case of a ghoul. And one more that I could have, it Excel. So if I would have Excel addiction, that -1 to special across the board, everything. That's the special, my special at this moment, after the penalties. For those of you that wonder, do I have negative charisma? No, I do not. Strength 25 plus. What that means? That means if I open my base special, so that's my base special, it means it's higher than 15. That's all it means. And my base charisma is 4. So the minus means that 1 is lower than 4. That's all it means. That there's no magic into it. It's not negative. It's not positive. It's just it. Higher or lower than my base special that I have set. That's it. What are the overall penalties? I have a handy table for you. So that's the table. Special affected by which addiction and what is total. So that's the 10 addictions I do have, and I do recommend them because the only remaining 2 are much worse. So only one negative to luck total, only one negative to intelligence. We are losing quite a bit of strength, which is carry weight, which is not great, but that's the price you need to pay if you want to play this way. Then perception, agility is affected the most. There is as well effects not listed on that. Two of the addictions have -10 to damage resistance, but that's so little you will not notice it, so that doesn't even matter. So that's the total penalty to your special. If you add it together, you can see there is a little bit. It's total of 19 special reduced. 19 points sacrificed for the purpose of running junkies. Additional plus and minus in the same time. I don't need to worry that I will get addicted, so whenever I need to top up my feral meter, I can pop whatever. Whatever chems I have, I can pop as many as there is. I will not get addicted again. Cannot happen. The downside is, there is one downside, that's really big, but it's a downside. Whenever I do not suffer side effects of this addiction, it doesn't count for the bonus purposes. So bonus drops to 90% if I do have active chem that I'm addicted to. So yeah, it's not counting then. I'm saying it's not a big issue because those chems do not really last long. So I pop those mentats and they here 4 minutes. I can pop something that lasts even shorter. They do override each other, so if I pop something else, that would override the mentats. Psychobuff is actually useful, so I pop that. So again, it replaces addictions. I'm losing 10%, but if I use something that does give me a good bonus, like this one, only for 3 minutes, but that's 25%, so overall positive. And I cannot get addicted again. Already addicted once. How well is the dot working in this case scenario? Let's jump in excavator and go somewhere. We are outside of the super mutant place and let's see how well it will go. So fire it. And there it is, a burning damage. And they do die from it. Takes a second, and on the adventure server you don't see the smooth updates to their health. But they do indeed. Slowly but surely get down with this cremator. So it is very powerful with junkies. There is nothing that you should worry about. The performance will be there. And cremator is a heavy gun, so it's triggering my bullet shield every time I shoot. So it's perfect synergy. It can be used. If you wonder about other weapons, yeah, every weapon can be used, but other weapons will be just better with Furious. I was trying to find a case scenario where Furious wouldn't be better, and the only one that there is early on before you get Furious stacks, or if you don't want to run reverse onslaught for Furious effect. It's hard to really find a weapon that would be straight up better with junkies or anything rather than Furious. Mostly they are not. Exception, the dot weapons, and that applies to melee dot weapons. Every dot based weapon, the same rule applies. The dot goes up really nicely and it is significant enough to take down your enemies. Damage while aiming would add to that too. And that's everything I have to say about Furious. Did I say Furious? About junkies. Like, Furious still on my mind. That's everything I have to say about Junkie's legendary effect. Let me know what you think. Did you ever try? Did you ever wanted to play with this effect? And that being said, thank you a lot for watching, and see you all in the next one.